As the world eagerly anticipated the DW Wolfer Power Hour stream. Let's make sure Twitter's working first. I know the last couple of streams, Twitter was what we would call questionable. Twitter is working. That is beautiful. As the world has eagerly anticipated the new Wolfer Power Hour stream coming out, right? They're wondering, Drew, what's going on with Bitcoin right now? Got a lot of people running around looking like Ricky friggin' Bobby, right? They're out here trying to see like Donna Gooda.
I'm legally blind, I can see, barely.
What is going on with Bitcoin? Is it going down? Is it going up? Is it just going to capitulate in a sideways manner for the rest of our lives? Will Bitcoin ever go up again? Well, that's what we're going to find out in this here friggin' stream. And we're going to start this thing from scratch, man. We're going to do some top-down analysis on Bitcoin. We're going to give you the key levels. We're going to give you the trades. We're going to talk about the trades that we talked about a couple of days ago. I apologize that I was late. It is what it is. I got a life, man. Got a life. You got a family. Got things to take care of. 6 minutes late, 10 minutes late is what it is. If you're here from the future, watching the replay, we appreciate you showing up. If you're here from Twitter, scroll up and hit the follow button. We take these gains, we take these trades, we do these live streams every single day, okay? Every single day we're over here setting up trades for people for free, giving them gains, giving them education, giving them key levels, giving them trades, doing all the stuff, entertaining you at the very least, right? With all of my media assets, like Donna Goodo, like the damn Daniel.
Damn, Daniel, back at...
Well,
Like, I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked to J.
the real bros of Simi Valley. Well, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. We're just going to go straight into the charts and start talking about Bitcoin. But I do want to say one other quick thing while we do our super secret screen thingy, the transition thing. If you're here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and then boom, baby, bang on the notification bell. Comment the relevant altcoins that you would like me to do technical analysis on below. If you don't comment quickly, you will get covered up by other people commenting, and then your altcoin analysis will not get done. If you want me to do XRP, Cardano, you know, whatever it is, poo coin, poo butt coin, right? Just tell me in the comments section. We'll gladly get to it here in just a second. Now, we were talking about this period of indecision the other day, right? Yeah, he said Cardano, baby. Yeah, we'll do it 100%. So we were talking about this the other day, how we had all these different like zones and things of that. So we're going to take the fib off. Actually, let's leave the fib on. I like that fib. I like my fib. We came down, we fulfilled the dumpity dump zone, right? Which if you know what the dumpity dump zone is, it was from like, where is it at? It was from right here at about the 0.618 all the way down to about $79,000. That's the dumpity dump zone. So we did that. We fulfilled that. We bounced, boom. And we bounced off of the other demand zone, which was right at that $77,000 range that I've been talking about for literally months, that everybody's like, I hate you, man. You screw you, man. You're an idiot. You're so dumb. $77,000 on Bitcoin, man. Are you kidding me? It's never going up below 100K again. That's my impression of what those people sound like and look like. That's what they look like now, whenever everything that I've been talking about for a long time actually came true. What can I say, man? What can I say that Kanye hasn't already said?
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. I've been doing this more than you. You ain't got the answers.
I've been doing this more than you. I'm a verified pro trader on verifiedinvesting.com. How many of you comment keyboard warriors are also? How do I get to it? How many of you geniuses that were in the comment section saying 77K wasn't going to happen? How many of you are a verified pro trader on verified investing? None of you, because I know that there's only 7 in the world and I'm one of them. None of you. All right. We were talking about a potential schlong opportunity. We were like, yo, we'll whip out our schlong in the middle of the week, man. Don't hide your kids, hide your wife, right? Hide your kids, hide your wife. whipped out. We didn't whip out the schlong. I said you could whip out the schlong. But I also gave you the flip side of that and said, hey, man, in choppy markets, sometimes it's not best to be in schlongs, which is a short and a long opportunity at the same time, because you could just literally just whip it up, get stopped out, whip it up, get stopped out, right? That's exactly what happened. If you would have entered this schlong and not heeded my warning, it's exactly what would have happened. Look at this price action, right? This is where you would have probably entered your schlong, right? So what happened? You came up, you got stopped out of your short, right? Right there at these wicks. Pretty simple. Or at the very least, you got stopped out there, right? And then you came right back down and you whipped down here and you got stopped out of your long position. And then it just did whatever the heck it wanted to do, right? So in choppy markets, sometimes like, that's why I gave you that warning. And I was like, I don't know if I would be entering a schlong here, but this is how you would do it if you did it. And yeah, you would have lost on both trades. That's what we call max pain. It is something that I teach. And it's not a foreign concept. If you've ever heard of max pain, it basically means the market is going to make the most people lose the most amount of money as possible before it does what it actually wants to do. And that's exactly what just happened. Everybody got whipped out. Boom. Right? Everybody's like, oh, the longs. And then they got, you know, whipped down here. Boom. Stopped out. And then people are like, oh my God, shorts. And then it whipped it up here. Boom. Stopped out. Right? So in any case, there's a time and a place. We'll just say there's a time and a place to whip out your schlong, my friend. And I don't think that that was the place or the time. And I voiced that opinion on the stream 2 days ago, but you know, you're a human and you can choose to do whatever the heck it is that you want to do. So in any case, what are we doing now, right? Now we've come up and we've tested this 0.5 fib, okay? This is from the top, right? Which is right here, this swing high. You measure it to the swing low, you hit the 0.5, which is front running the 200 moving average. Then you got a rejection, right? Now what we're forming is a bear flag, okay? And a lot of people were thinking we were about to get a inverted head and shoulders pattern, which was looking, you know, pretty bullish. But I don't think it's going to happen now. So in any case, with this, the bear fliggity, it's the bear fliggity. It's taking you right back down to $78,000. I don't really like, I am a long-term bull on crypto, okay? I have companies inside of the crypto space, okay? But I really think we need to shake out down to $73,500. $73,500. That's less than $10,000 move from here. Let's just get the friggin' move done. And let's all buy our friggin' altcoins at 73.6 and then go to the moons. I think we got to shake out to 73.6, which is the previous all-time high before we went parabolic because the election and because of Trump, right? Talking about Bitcoin all the time. So I think we need to go back down there. That's what happens in healthy markets. Healthy markets retrace to previous levels, right? Let's save our bull fliggity. The bull. No, my bad. That's not a bull fliggity. That's a bear fliggity. Your target on this is $79,000, by the way. Just FYI, in case you happen to give a F about trading the bear fliggity. Now, here's what a lot of people thought was happening. Could that still be happening? Absolutely. It absolutely could, right? A lot of people got shook out of it right here, though, right? So this is legitimate market manipulation at its finest, right? A lot of people saw this inverted head and shoulders, and they were like, oh my God, it's breaking out. It's breaking out. Ah! Ah! And now they're running around looking like friggin' Ricky Bobby.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah! Help me. me, Tom Cruise!
This is going downhill fast.
It
I
is.
think it,
Help me! Help me, Tom Cruise! With the crazy Scientology magic, man! Help me, Tom Cruise! Please! For the love of all that is holy, Tom Cruise, help me! Help me, please! This is why I say the things that I say, okay? And this is why I trade based on rules and principles, and I stick to them, and I do not deviate from them, okay? This was not a confirmed breakout. So if you went long here and you got stopped out, you deserved that. You deserved that. And if you want to know why you deserved it, it's because you weren't paying attention to the D-dubs, man. The Drew Wolfer YouTube channel, where they deliver you the real deal Holyfield, and they don't sell you and pump you hopium over here, okay? We give you the real levels. I am a literal verified pro trader, okay? All joking aside, I am a verified pro trader. I know things that other people might not necessarily know. And one thing that I know is that you have to wait for confirmations. And there was zero confirmation up here. I'm going to walk you through what that confirmation is, and I'm going to give you the actual trade setup of the inverted head and shoulders, and I'm also going to offer you up an option, okay? You can also look at my friggin' free resources that I've been asking people if they want, okay? Let's go. Inverted head and shoulders, okay? This will show you exactly what you need to know, okay? It gives you like 24 bullish and 24 bearish, or 24 charting patterns, bullish and bearish combined, right? If you want this, just let me know, and I will create a page on it once we get enough requests where people are like, yeah, Drew, I'd like to understand candlesticks better. Can I have this document? Yeah, Drew, I'd like to understand, you know, the charting patterns better. Can I have this document? Because if you go and you look at the charting pattern, look at this one, okay? Look at this inverted head and shoulders, right? And now, look at this. Does this look like a head and shoulders, right? Does this look like a head and shoulders pattern? Inverted head and shoulders. You tell me. Yes or no? It's not a trick question. I'm not trying to trick you. Yes, it absolutely looks like an inverted head and shoulders. Okay, now, tell me this. Does this look like a uniform inverted head and shoulders? Now look at that. I'm going to show you the diagram again. Right here. Now look at this. Does it look similar? Absolutely. Does it look legit? No, it does not. Okay. So again, this looks like an inverted head and shoulders, right? This is actually good. The second shoulder is above the left shoulder, right? And it's above the swing low, right? The only bad thing is that this is slanting down. You would like to see this either be as flat as possible or slanting up, okay? And this, does this look like a breakout to you? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to tell you why this is not a breakout, okay? I'm going to tell you why this is not a breakout and why you shouldn't have taken this trade. This is why you don't front run charting patterns. This is why I teach the things in the way that I do. I'm giving you some high level knowledge here for the free 99, so please pay attention. This is not a confirm or a confirmation candle outside of this range, right? So what do we need to see in order for this to confirm? Well, you need to see first a candle close above this neckline, right? That's the breakout candle. That's step one. Secondarily, once you find your breakout candle, you need a secondary candle to come in after it. It doesn't have to be the next candle. It could be 2-3 candles afterwards, right? And it has to close above the close of the confirmation candle, the green one, or the breakout candle, this green one, right? So, and it also cannot get another close after that breakout candle. You cannot close another candle under this neckline, okay? Because then you have to start it all over, just like you started it all over here, right? So, knowing those things, did we get a confirmation right here? Absolutely not. We came out, we confirmed a candle outside of it, right? That's the breakout candle. And then the exact next candle just came right back down and reset the whole thing. So now we've reset the whole pattern and we're waiting for another breakout candle, then our confirmation candle. And that's when you can enter long on a back test. Okay. Now, is that going to happen? Are we actually going to do that? Well, we're going to have to see the 50 curling up. We're going to have to reclaim the 100. The 100 is going to start curling up. 200 is going to start curling up. And then it'll start looking good from there. But you have to get up here past the $83,800 level to be considered like potentially going up. Now, that is why you wouldn't have taken this trade. Here's the other thing that a lot of people aren't going to teach you. You also need to look out for shit like this inside of large charting patterns like this, because a lot of times these large charting patterns are made up of smaller charting patterns that will make things happen. Okay. What do I mean by that? There is a bear flag inside of here that could make and absolutely nullify this inverted head and shoulders pattern if it plays out. Now, which one of these is more powerful, right? This massive head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, or this tiny bear flag? Well, obviously the larger pattern on the larger time frame is going to be more powerful, but on a smaller time frame with volatility, could this play out and absolutely nullify this large pattern? Absolutely it could. So that's something you need to be aware of. And that's where you start looking into your indicators, right? Are we going to get a signal line crossover here? Are we going to start trending up, right? We've got upward momentum. We're setting lower or higher lows, right? And higher highs. Okay, so we've got an upward trending RSI and we've got a signal line crossover that's happening right now. Could that push us outside of here to get us where we want to go? Yeah, it could. Absolutely. What about the Stokes? Well, we got a signal line crossover. It's coming out of oversold territory. That's great news. Let's see what's happening with market cipher B, right? As you can see, we do have a green dot, but look at money flow. Money flow is getting ready to cross over into the red, right? VWAP's trying to cross over to the upside, but look at the momentum. Now it's setting lower peaks, okay? So you're getting mixed signals right now as it sits on your indicators, right? Then the other thing that you need to take into account is whenever you pull your Fibonacci right here, okay? Dude, this is high level shit. Like, I hope people are paying attention to this. This is literally like, sorry for cussing, but this is high level stuff. You need to be paying attention to this. This is a master class on whether or not this is going to happen and how to react if it does, right? Because you're either going to reclaim this like $87,000 level right here. You're either coming up here or you're going down to like 74K, man. No ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about it. You've broken market structure to the downside. You've broken this previous low. You're setting lower highs. You've set a lower low. This is a downtrend, man. Are we in a macro uptrend? Yes, but once we get below $73,000, that's where you're going to break market structure in a macro perspective. This is just micro market structure, right? So here's my point. If you pull the Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, you'll see that we reached this massive resistance right here at the 0.5 fib, right? Okay, now we did set, a high and then a low. Then we set a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, technically a lower low, right? Are we going to come up here and set a higher high, or are we going to set a lower low, get rejected, or just straight fall out, right? Because of this bear flag, right? My bias is that we're probably going to see a rejection here, and we're either going to fall immediately, right, from the 100 moving average here, or we're going to see a rejection at the 0.5 and probably continue to fall. Now, do we have the juice to move upwards? Absolutely. But we're going to have to see some serious volume coming in, right? Because look at this massive green volume candle right here, right down here, right? And look how much that moved price. Barely, right? Look at these big red candles right here and these big red volume candles. Look how much those moved price. There's more downward pressure than there is upward pressure right now, is my point. Okay, so take that into account. Now, there is a trade that you can make, okay? And that is just to be patient. And then you enter upon that confirmation, and you can set your stop loss loose if you want to, and then you're going to be targeting the measured move of this head and shoulders pattern, right? Which is this. 0.786 fib. And I would set my stop loss probably just under this 50 moving average if you reclaim it and you start moving up. You got a 2.5x risk to reward on that, right? And then if you start to break that, right? If you start to break these levels and then you flip this to resistance, right? This is where you start to get bullish. If you flip the value area low from resistance to support, and then you break through this 0.786, all you got to do is take out 92.8, and then now you're starting to get some micro upside, right? Which is good. Now, what's the flip side of that? Well, the flip side of that is you come outside of here. As soon as you break this 0.236 fib, this is short opportunities all day, right? As soon as you break this, this is where you're shorting, okay? And you probably set your stop loss, I would say above wherever the 50 moving average is. And then obviously you target, you know, the target on the bear fliggity. But what you're really going to be targeting is about $74,000, right? This is a 4x risk to reward ratio. Why? How, Sway? Why are we targeting that? Well, look at the demand zones. So if you look at these must hold demand zones, right? This is the must hold demand zone right here. This is the previous all-time high. This is where we were before that, right? And then we went parabolic, right? We have essentially no volume all the way through here. And right now we have bounced off of this, right? So as it sits, we essentially bounced off of this demand zone, which is great for upside. But as soon as you break down back into this demand zone, you're probably coming to the bottom of it and probably to the top of the next demand zone. So just keep these things into, you know, take these things into account whenever you're making your trades. Put all this stuff into perspective and understand, as it sits right now, there is no trade, okay? Once you get a confirmation of either one of these two scenarios, you know what your trade is now. So now you are prepared, okay? All joking aside, you know I make a lot of jokes. I know I like, you know, like you probably think I'm a douchebag because you think I'm serious. I don't know how much people know about me or whatever, but some of the things that I say, I know they're outlandish and I say funny stuff. 99% of the time I'm joking, right? Whenever I'm saying something like, oh, I'm smarter than you, or like I'm, you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, unless I'm like representing something as a fact, like in fact, I am a verified pro on verified investing. Yeah. Okay. How many people do you know that are? Not many. Like that's a fact, right? But does that mean that I'm the only person that knows things about technical analysis? No. I make jokes about my basket weaving degree, obviously. You know, I make jokes about all types of stuff. But that right there is like serious analysis. That is like, you need to take that stuff to the bank, baby, and deposit that. Because I just gave you a master class on what could potentially happen here. And the two scenarios. You're in no man's land right here. From about 83.6 to about, I'd say even around $80,000, you're in no man's land. 81.1 is where you kind of start to get outside of no man's land. If you get below this 100 moving average, let's take some of this stuff off of here. So this blue line right here is the 100 moving average. We're going to take the head and shoulders off too. Okay. This blue line right here is the 100 moving average. If you get below this, that's bad news, okay? Because you're rejecting at the 0.382, you're getting a rejection at the 100. I'm not saying that it is a guaranteed rejection right now. I'm saying if this happens, then that is what happened, right? You got a rejection at the 0.382. So then you come under this 50, and then you bearishly backtest it. That's bad news. You're going down, okay? So that's my point. Like, pay attention for these things, and then just understand that, you know, there's larger forces are at play right now. I promise you that. You do have a potential double bottom you could hit right here at about $76,500 or so, right? Like, what's the low on this? Like, how lethal am I? How close did I call it? 76,555. Let's see where my channel is. Or my demand zone. It was within $800, okay? And it wicked. As you can see, that demand zone held up. The top of the demand zone is this purple line right here. You never got to close below it. I'm pretty decent with this stuff, is all I'm saying. Like, I have an 82% win rate in the verified investing community over here for a reason. And it's not because I guess. It's because I learned and I play the probabilities, man. Now, I absolutely have losing trades. Everyone does, right? But my point is that if you go and you look at the trades that I've done on gold lately, I called this one out perfectly too. Just saying. We're in that trade right there, massively profitable. I also called this trade out right here. This is massively profitable. Let me see, where's my other trade? I think it was right here. We entered right here. Boom. Massively profitable. We actually got stopped out in profit. I'm just saying, man, pay attention for these things. I'm not the end all be all TA guru, golden god, nothing, but like, I know more than most. And if you've been watching the channel for long enough, we've taken some substantial wins. Let's go to Cardano here in just a second. But I want to just like zoom out on Bitcoin really quick. I mean, look at this horizontal ray. You took this out. Lower lows, man. It's not awesome. So let's get these long and short positions off. In any case, you know what to do, right? In any case, you know it. Yeah, I mean, look at the 4-hour chart, dude. Like, you're still not even close to the 50 moving average. That's at 85.5. Like, yeah, it doesn't look super duper awesome, in my opinion, right? We'll see what happens. There's no inverted head and shoulder on this. Nothing, right? And then if you look, you've kind of got like a downward sloping channel here, too. Let me zoom out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is like screaming downside. I mean, there is going to be essentially a wedge pattern here that's going to favor upside. But if you break down from here, it looks horrible for us. So, I mean, this is still in a downward sloping parallel channel. And I mean, the top end range of that channel is going to be 90K. That's kind of like your best case scenario right now. My charting skills mixed with my buy entries make me a verified trade loser. Beat that. Beat it. Dude, I love this guy. R. Gilbert cracks me up. Dude's an animal. If you want to be confused, let's give him a shout out. If you want to be confused as all get out, and you want to absolutely have zero friggin' clue what is going on the charts, get one of R. Gilbert's charts. Give him to get you a screenshot. Get him to give you a screenshot of one of his charts on Cardano. And you will have absolutely no idea what the hell is going on that chart. He knows what's going on, but you will have absolutely no idea. It's crazy. His charts are wild, man. It's some high level stuff. It's nuts. It's like rocket science Like, he's a scientist, man. Let's go to Cardano. In any case, I mean, we know where we're at, man. Like, here's your line in the sand right here. 73,650. 73,650, man. We gotta hold that, okay? Once we reach $88,000, that is where we start to become bullish on Bitcoin again, right? That is where we start to become bullish. $88,000, and if we get a bounce, say we come down here to 73.6, and we get a bounce, a quick bounce from there, that's where you start getting bullish on Bitcoin again, because it held that massive, massive support from like almost 5 months ago. So, yeah, with that being said, let's go to Cardano. Did we whip out our schlong on Cardano? We whipped out our schlong. Look at the schlong, baby. Look at the schlong. All right, let's check it out. So, okay, again, I gave you this short. You know, you killed it on this short. Let's get it off of here. We know, Drew, you gave us the short. We made money off of it. Give me something new. I don't care. I made money yesterday. I want to make money today. Please make me money today. Please let me take advantage of the fact that you're doing all of this for free today, because whenever you start charging for it, I need to be able to afford it because you made me money for free. No problem. We gave you the long opportunity and short opportunity, the schlong, if you would, right? And I basically said, look, this is a period of indecision right here. You've got a wedge. It's either going to break up and start moving upwards, or you're going to get a nice little, fall down, right? So, again, what did we do? We entered a schlong. You placed your stop loss. If you placed your stop loss super tight on this schlong, you got stopped out for sure, and you're not in a trade. But if you waited for your confirmation signal, right, which would have been this. So I tell people in choppy markets, don't enter the schlongs, right? But if you waited for your confirmation signal, which this is where your confirmation was, once you broke out, you came here, right? And then you could have probably entered on this, this candle right here, right? Which was within, spitting distance of, 67 cents, 69 cents, same difference, right? And now you're trying to ride that bad boy up. But where could that be potentially taking you? Well, swing highs, man. Swing highs. Let's delete this. Okay. I mean, I am liking what I'm seeing on Cardano. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am liking what I'm seeing on Cardano. So, I mean, this is a good long. If you took this long, it's a good long so far. Okay. Now, here's the one thing that you're gonna want to watch out for, right? You're probably going to start seeing a wedge on this as well, is my guess. And that's going to be an upward sloping wedge, which is good news for you, right? Let me show you the fib before I start talking too much. So, the only bad news that I'm seeing on Cardano at the moment is this is on the 4-hour chart, mind you. This is not like the 1-hour chart, okay? You have rejected at the 0.236 after your breakout, right? So you did break out from this line, and then you got your retest, right? Boom, and you broke out. Here's the issue. You're rejecting at the 200 and 100 moving average on a pretty decent sized volume candle comparatively to the green candles around it, right? You're rejecting off of the 0.236, and the 0.382 is in between the 200, 100, and the 50, right? So you've got a lot of resistance to get through just to even get up here to 88 cents. If Bitcoin continues to fall, you're going to see Cardano come down here back to these lows, 58 cents or less, right here, right? It's going to take a massive, massive dip because if Bitcoin goes to $74,000, everybody's going to think the world is over. Okay. So in any case, in my opinion, the only trade on Cardano is the one that we set up the other day, which is you should already be in it. But if you can take these out, right? If you come from here and you can take out these moving averages and get above the 0.382, and then the 50 is down below it, but by that time, that is where you take a long position and you start targeting the 0.786, and well, or in between the 0.786 and 0.618. So I'll show you what that trade looks like, right? Again, you have to come up here and you have to reclaim this level right here and back test it once the 50 is under it. Okay, then you're going to be looking for a long opportunity right in here. That is not a long. And you would put your stop loss under those moving averages, right? And then you're probably going to target somewhere in the middle of the 0.786 and the 0.618. Worst case scenario, you target the 0.618 at a 2.5 risk to reward. Best case scenario, you target the 0.786 at a 4x, or you just find it right in the middle, baby. Happy medium, 3.5. 3.5 risk to reward, right in the middle of the 0.786, 0.618. That's Cardano in a nutshell for all your squirrels that are out here trying to chase it, right? You know, let's check out Flux. Flux is wrecked. They have Flux on Kraken now? Hell yeah. That's not where our chart is. I guarantee you our chart's on like BitGet or something. Yeah, Binance. Good God, 26 cents, man. Dude, I mean, these prices are giving bear market vibes, dude. Like, it's super frustrating, to be honest with you. I mean, first resistance is going to be the swing high, man. Right here, 39 cents. This is your first resistance. If you can get up there, I mean, you're talking taking out the 50, the 100, and the 200 moving average. That's where things start to get bullish. You clear this level right here. I mean, Flux is bullish, man. You get a rejection at this level, Flux is bearish, right? Honestly, I mean, let's call it what it is. Yeah, you get a rejection here at, 30 cents. You got to get back above 30 cents for Flux. That's what it is. I mean, that sucks, man. Yeah, if you're looking for longs on Flux, I mean, this is there was your long opportunity right there at 23 cents. But there's nothing to do right here, right? There's two scenarios. One, you get a rejection, you enter short, or two, you follow through this, you back test this. That's where you start entering long and targeting the 38 cent range, right? But then obviously you got to watch the 100 and the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame in order to, make sure that you're not going to get screwed on your long trade, because you're going to be running into massive resistances before you get there, right? That's Flux in a nutshell. I mean, there's not a lot going on that. It's really easy TA. It's just you get rejected at 29 cents, you're going down. You regain 29 cents, you're probably going up to about 38 as your first stop. Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I'll do what I can. Yeah. Looks like a lot of people want to see the charting patterns document. Let's see. Okay. How many people are here? Okay, so we've got 50 some odd people here. There's like 40 of you from Twitter. And then there's like a dozen of you from YouTube, if you could please just tell me, is this something that would interest you? This is free. You're just gonna go to my website and it'll be free to you to download, right? That's it, drewwolfer.com. It'll be free for you to download. Is this something that interests you? We've got 54 people in here. I would like to see at least a couple of dozen people say either, yes, this is interesting, you know, I'd love to have the document, or just tell me no, I don't care. Just give me some type of a answer. Adrian Kent, he's here. Yeah, I mean, should it show confirmations? No. No, it just shows you, well, I mean, it does show you the confirmation. That's the trend line break. But I'm not going to go super in depth in a free document like that, because first off, like, I don't need to be reminded that I need a confirmation, and it's just like an internal document that I had. But secondarily, like, I'm more than happy to like do a training for people, like, I don't know, like a basic level technical analysis training where I will show them like, hey, here's your confirmations, stuff like that. But as it shows in that document, no, it does not. It does not tell you like how to confirm. It'll show you the level that it needs to break in order for it to do that. Does it have a wedge from January 26th? Interesting question. Well, let's find out. Where is January 26th? I don't think so. I don't think there's any wedge here. This is January what? January 26th, call it this. No, there's no wedge here. I can show you what a wedge would potentially look like. Like, this is not, do not take trades based on this. This is just a BS, like, kind of like a demonstration purpose. Okay, so let me just show you. Okay, so like that would be a wedge, right? That would be favoring upside, right? And then here's another type of wedge. This is what is called a falling wedge, and this would 100% be favoring upside, okay? This is saying like this is going to favor upside, okay? And you can see that. I'll show you. Falling wedge right here. Boom. Inside the charting patterns document, it's all there, right? But then you've got other types of wedges, right? So I'll show you. You've got your descending triangle. Did we not just see that, right? So I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's your descending triangle right there, right? Look at that, and then look at this. Right? Look pretty familiar, right? This is telling you that this is probably going to likely go down, okay? This is not favoring upside as much as this falling wedge is, okay? Falling wedge favors upside. Descending triangle favors downside, okay? You've also got like your bear pennant, which is kind of like, you know, whatever. And then you've got your bearish symmetrical triangle, stuff like that. In any case, you know, yeah, a lot of people, it seems like they want the doc. Maybe it was February 26th. Let's look at February 26th. Right here. Yeah, no, there's no wedge here, man. There's no wedge here. I mean, there's a wedge here. There's like a descending triangle here, but that's favoring downside. We don't want to see that. Like, we don't want to see that. And then obviously there's a falling wedge here, right? Massive falling wedge here. But are we going to see that play out? Not 100% sure. We'll see. Let's check out Ondo. It looks like Achilles wants the document. LD wants it. Sharon wants it. Tim Schwally said yes. R. Gilbert wants it. Varun M wants it. Jason Horn wants it. Looks like all right. We'll get him up. We'll get him up. I'll get you guys some resources, man. Say no more. Ondo. We've got Ondo. We want to check out Ondo Finance. And then we've got a few minutes left to get through a couple of other requests. Adrian Kent says he wants it as well. Let's get it, guys. Okay, no problem. I got y'all. Do I not have a... I feel like I should have a chart on Ondo by now. I mean, that's a falling wedge, bruh. Like, that's a falling wedge right there. That's a big boy. That's a big dog, right? Obviously, the more touch points you have, the better, right? So I would rather see something like this. From a pivot point, 1, 2, 3 touch points here, right? And then boom. I would say that's your falling wedge right there. This is favoring upside. Now, where do you see it going, right? Okay, so here you go. Okay, so I mean, you could take a nice little long here if you wanted to. You could take a long here and ride it up, probably right about there to about $1.05. Okay, and then you're probably going to get a rejection. But if you get a breakout of this, okay, this is where it gets interesting. This is looking good because it's bouncing. If you get a breakout of this, you get above this 0.236. Guess what? You're taking out all of the moving averages and the 0.236. And then you come back down here and you break out of this wedge. Dude, I mean, this thing could have massive upside, probably up to about $1.61 to the 0.618. Okay, and let's see what the 0.618 coincides with. The previous swing high. So your previous swing highs are the 0.382 and the 0.618. I mean, this thing's got some good upside to it, in my opinion. Now, if you break down outside of here, where's it going? Well, I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Right there. That's your little zone, right? So 58.6 cents. I mean, this thing's got a massive, massive fall to it. I would be more biased at taking a long opportunity right here at about 77 cents if Bitcoin falls. That's more or less what I would be looking at. And I would be shorting up here unless if you get a rejection. Now, if you bounce outside of this, that's where you long. Okay, so you've got a couple different long opportunities here. I'm not even going to show you any shorting opportunities unless you get under here, right? But here's your long opportunity. Okay. And then here's your second long opportunity. Okay. That's it. I mean, that's what I would be doing. That's what I would be looking at right now. You ride the bottom end of this trend channel. As soon as you break below this trend channel right here, or not this trend channel, trend line, that's where you short, and you can probably make pretty damn decent money off of it. You get a confirmation outside of here, right? Say, you know, you break outside of it, I don't know, over here or something, right? But if you break outside of this, then you set your stop loss, boom. You're targeting at least right here. And honestly, you're probably targeting a little bit further than that. You're getting really, really bottomy here. I wouldn't even set like a super tight stop on this, or I would set a super tight stop on this, and I'd just be targeting this 52 cent range. That's Ondo. My charting skills are getting better every day thanks to you. Man, I appreciate it, bro. That's awesome. Keep watching, man. We're trying to teach everybody as much as we can, deliver value where we can, when we can. You know, hopefully, I mean, you know, let's just call it what it is, you know, like simple facts are, if you have been paying attention to my streams and taking the trades that I took, you've 7, 8, 9, 10x your money, over the past 8 to 12 weeks, probably, depending on how many of those trades you took, right? So, you know, the results are there. And, you know, I appreciate the people like you that show up every single day. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a good day. I will see you in the next stream. I'm going to work on getting those documents uploaded for you now, and then we'll start dropping links to them whenever I talk about, like, you know, a charting pattern or, you know, candlesticks or whatever. We'll drop them in the whatever it's called description for you, so that you can go and download them and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. So with that being said, everybody have a good day. I will see you in the next stream. Peace.